Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confuse. From the streets to the world, get the real, no cap. Breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Hot. God PCV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confuse. From the streets to the world, get the real, no cap. Breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Fast with the facts, we don't play no games. Reporting what's real, we ain't chasing fame. Call PCV, stay locked, stay tuned. If you want the real talk, we deliver it soon. Call Peace TV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confuse. From the streets to the world, keep it real, no cap. You're breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Call Peace TV, we bringing the news. Fast with the facts, we don't play no games. Reporting what's real, we ain't chasing fame. Call Peace TV, stay locked, stay tuned. If you want the real talk, we deliver it soon. Call Peace TV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confuse. From the streets to the world, keep it real, no cap. You're breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Call Peace TV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confuse. Go Peace TV, stay locked, stay tuned. If you want the real talk, we deliver it soon. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confuse. From the streets to the world, get the real, no cap. Breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Hot. God PCV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confuse. From the streets to the world, get the real, no cap. Breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Fast with the facts, we don't play no games. Reporting what's real, we ain't chasing fame. Call Peace TV, stay locked, stay tuned. If you want the real talk, we deliver it soon. Call Peace.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. Hey, y'all. Hey. Get in here, get in here. Let me say my good morning shout outs real quick. Chris says, good morning, Cold Peace. Chat Justice for Mix. So, the people that probably was before you, I can't see them anymore, but that's why, while my music is playing, I show y'all good mornings. So, yeah. Good morning, Chris. Justice for Mix. Sharon says, hit the like button, please, and thank you. Thank you, Sharon, for that. Good morning to you. Erica says, good morning, KP in chat. Good morning, Erica. Diane says, great, amazing day, beautiful Cold Peace TV. Good morning, Diane, and yes, it is. Yes, it is. Honey 5K is in the building. Justice for Mix. Justice for Genesis. Yes. Smiley says, good morning, KP Moss in chat. Good morning, Smiley. T. Smith is in the building. Good morning, T. Smith. She says, hey, everyone. Saving Lives is definitely in the building. Ann Clark says, good morning, KP in chat. Good morning, Ann Clark. Jake Gray says, good morning, Cold Peace. Good morning, Jake Gray in the building. Brown Eyes says, good morning, everybody. Justice for Meeks. Good morning, Brown Eyes. And yes, Justice for Meeks. Child, these people just would never get tired of trying to disparage Meek's name and what we stand for when it comes to Meeks. It's crazy. K Brown says, good morning, KP in chat. Good morning, K Brown. Saving Lives said, good morning, Cold Peace Master Chat. Good morning, Saving Lives. Good morning, Cold Peace and family. Good morning, Miss Charlie. Didi says, good morning and happy hump day, KP in chat. Good morning, Didi. Yes, happy hump day. Y'all, we is in here early. When we first started out, it was 2 people in the bushes. I'm like, we starting with this. Here we go. Or whatever. Saving Lives says, hit the like button on the way in. Thank you. Francine says, good morning. Good morning, Francine. Vanessa says, hey, everyone. Hey, Vanessa. Jids is in the building. Hey, ladies, long time. I'm back with y'all. Justice for Romeca. Good morning, Cold Peace. Moss and chat. Good morning, Jids. Where you been? Where have you been? Brenda says justice for Meeks, period, with the shirts. Spec is in the building, says welcome in. Please remember to hit the like button. Yes, hit that like button, hit that like button. T says, good morning, KP and everyone. I finally didn't miss the live. Justice for Meeks. Good morning, T. Haven't you been in here on some lives? What you mean? Miss Easy says, Grand Rising KP Miles in chat. Good morning, Miss Easy. Yolanda says, good morning, Copies TV. Good morning, Yolanda. Sugar Mama says, good morning. Good morning, Sugar Mama. Sparkle says, good morning, KP and chat. Justice for Romeca. Good morning, Sparkle. Yes, justice for Romeca. T. Ruffin says, happy Wednesday. I've missed y'all the last couple of days. Justice for Meeks. Oh, okay. Yes, justice for Meeks. D is in the building. Justice for Genesis, justice for Romeca. Yes, period. They're going to get justice. Y'all, I honestly think now that Adrian really, she gave this baby away. I really think so. At first, I was just saying, like, what if she possibly gave this baby away? But now I'm really getting closer and closer to thinking, what if she, like, literally, I think she really gave this baby away just because of what her lawyer said on her behalf. Is crazy. Good morning, KP in chat. Good morning, Tima. Yep, justice for Meeks and justice for Genesis. TT in the building says, good morning, Coach KP, working from my phone this morning. Good morning, TT. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Melinda says, good morning, y'all. Good morning, Melinda. A few more shout outs and then we're going to get to it. Shani says, good morning, KP Miles in chat. Happy blessed Wednesday. It's my Friday. Justice for Meeks always. That's it. That's all. And that's all it's going to ever be. Good morning to you. And good is your Friday. T says, KP, I've been having a lot of medical appointments and been catching the replay. It's nothing like being here. Justice for Meeks. Oh, I hope everything's going well. And yeah, gotta be in the lives. Just gotta be in the lives. She says, y'all see the new feature YouTube added to the replays? Like I can talk to y'all. Did y'all hear me talking to y'all in the messages, responding to y'all? I think that's pretty dope. Sheldon Shay says, good morning at KP Queen Miles in chat. Good morning, Shell. Just says, had to handle some family stuff. My 4-month-old grandson and his father was shot at in the back of Yards neighborhood. It was on the news, but they are moved and say, oh my God. Child. Well, I'm glad they got moved and they safe. This world is crazy. And they really don't be caring about kids being around no more. For real. Kids and women, they saying it's not off limits. If you get caught lacking, slipping, whatever word y'all want to use, and you with either or, they still gonna do what the hell they want to do. Yeah, that's crazy. I'm glad they safe though, Jets. Be Sexy says, good morning, KP in chat. Good morning, Be Sexy. Good morning. So we're gonna get to it. I'm gonna start with Genesis first, and then we're gonna go to Meeks because we're gonna stay probably a pretty long time on Meeks because child, I'm over these fucking people. D says we will keep screaming justice for Mika until we can't scream it anymore. They better get used to hearing and feeling the love we have for Meeks. That part. But I don't think they're gonna ever get used to that. They can't. They doing everything in their power to try to take the Meeks supporters down, baby. It's crazy. Um oh, hold on. Paula says, good morning everyone. I'm late today, but I made it. Period. Long as you make it, long as you make it. YouTube should let you see who is and who isn't hitting that like button. I know, right? Miss Easy, they should let us do a lot of things. The updates they making is not the updates that we really want. Hell, I got a few updates that I want. Saving Life says it's kids doing the killing, so of course they don't know to care for children in crossfires. Yeah. Shame, shame, shame. Thank you, Spec, for that. I appreciate it. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and support The channel's algorithm. Thank you, Team Code Peace, Justice, Awareness. Period. Y'all better get with it. Hey, Lula May. Lula May says, good morning, Code Peace and Mods in chat. Good morning, Lula May. Y'all be up in here early, early. I feel it. I feel it. Y'all, my question, how is the Adrian able to afford a freaking lawyer, y'all? Just how? And it's a paid lawyer. It's not a court-appointed lawyer. They said she hired a freaking lawyer. No, this was a grown-ass man, and he was trying to shoot them. What? So y'all about know who it was, or um, kind of can assume who it was? Is that what like? That's crazy, Jess. Man, I'm just glad they didn't get hurt. Justice for Romeca. Yes, Lula made justice for Romeca. Cherie says, good morning, KP in chat. This snow got me focusing and driving. Girl, be safe. You know we don't play like that. Yes, be safe. Don't try to comment. We know you here. Because you said good morning. Yes, honey, 5K. She got a lawyer. Man, you, this is not no regular lawyer. This lawyer take on missing cases like this because they said it in the goddamn with the news interview with him. And I'm like, what? How she afford a lawyer, bro? Something is going on. And he's saying, yeah, I'm gonna just let y'all watch it because based off what he's saying makes me seem it seems to me because now she's saying that she's been taken. At first she said that the baby walked out the door, not never. Because you know what I'm saying? Like when you use certain words, it's triggers, it shows like something. And when her using that this baby got up and walked out the house at 3-4 in the morning, it's crazy. But now that she's locked up, she's saying the baby was taken. Where'd she get the money from? Exactly. That's what I'm trying to say. How did she get to afford a freaking lawyer? How? Victoria says good morning to all. Good morning. Hopefully I said that right. Because I think it'd be you one of the people that I say your name right and then I go back to saying it wrong. But okay. Melinda says she probably has some idiots that believes her story and paying for a lawyer. Did anybody see a GoFundMe for her? Because I didn't see one. I didn't see one. Hey, Corey. Corey is in the building. Good morning, KP in chat. Good morning, Corey. Shell says, I bet she knows who took that baby. That's what I was about to get ready and say that. I think she know who got this baby because she handed that baby off. T says, KP, when your story changes, you're lying. Exactly. That's why I said, you said pro bono. If she win, that ain't one of these type of cases, is it? No. I don't know now. Spec says it's 96 in the chat, 64 likes. Can y'all get the likes up, please? It's Wednesday. Be nice. Dang. T. Smith says, or is the lawyer an ambulance chaser? This girl has gone viral and that drums up new clients. Oh, good one, T. Smith. Good one. And he says he be taking on these type of cases. Let's just listen to it. Hold on. I said it right. Okay. Period. Me either. That's why I'm asking, because how she paying for this dang on lawyer? Ain't no supporters that gave her no money for no lawyer. And whoever support her, child, please. I didn't, but you know how some men are, Melinda. Be Sexy says, KP, you should look up story about lady from STL in Ferguson who killed a retired fire chief and his daughter, saying he was a narcissist. Can you send it to me? And just send me something that you got on it, and then I'll go and do some research. I can go do research and find more on it if you can. You know, like they got the names in it or something like that. She says, good morning, T. Smith Queen, Special K Queen. Period. Good morning, everybody. I got this other case I'm going to work on too. Later on today, I'm going to bring y'all the case that I said that I was going to start working on that I stayed after for Meek's after Holly case. I just been so busy, and then y'all know my I had the electricity issue, the internet issue, then my page got hacked, so I had to regroup, y'all. So it's taking me a while, but I'm gonna report on that today later. Teresa says good morning, happy Wednesday, KP Miles in chat. Happy Wednesday, good morning to you too. Saving Life said it's free to hit the like button. Tell them something, because they be acting crazy over here. Lula May says justice for Genesis. Yes, justice for Genesis. Y'all listen to this lawyer. Hold on. Bika, what B? How you pronounce that? B Capricorn. Thank you for the support. Says good morning, KP in chat. Join me in a $2 super chat train. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Tima says yes, I heard about that. Diane says when they start making all these different scenarios, they are guilty of something. That's a fact. Tasty said 68 likes, 98 in the chat. Please hit the like button. Get the likes up, because we got 101 in here now. Oh, y'all heard about that story? So that'll be a good one to report on, right? So I mean, they all good ones to report on, but at least y'all know a little bit about it before I start reporting on it. Spec says thanks for supporting the channel at B Capricorn. Brown, I said thank you too as well, B Capricorn. Listen to this lawyer. He do seem like a little clout chaser. I ain't gonna lie, T Smith. How long?
Prize toddler Genesis Reed has a new.
Hold on, let me take my icon down, son, to the side.
Prize toddler Genesis Reed has a new attorney. Adrian Reed, who is accused of lying to police about her 2-year-old's disappearance, retained David Harrison this morning. He immediately asked for a hearing in hopes of getting Reed's $1 million bond reduced. Though not publicly identified as a suspect, prosecutors say she's a flight risk, a claim that Harrison disputes. It's been nearly 9 days since Reed reported her daughter left her apartment on Apache Avenue. David Harrison joins us within the next hour on News 4 at 6.
Here, a little clout chaser. Hold on, give me a second, y'all.
The studio with us right now, Mr. Harrison. Thank you so much for being here. Let's jump right into it.
Sure.
So why hasn't your client really complied in this investigation, and do you believe that her daughter is dead or alive?
I believe she has complied. As a matter of fact, the reason that she's incarcerated is because allegedly she gave false statements. She did not have the duty to testify, to talk. She could have taken the Fifth Amendment and stayed quiet, but she chose not to, and that's why she's where she's at. I do not believe the child is gone.
And you do not believe that she lied to investigators either?
I have not seen the evidence, because at this point, we're not entitled to the discovery. That is to find the evidence. Once we get a little further in the case, we can get the evidence and find out and answer that question for everybody.
Yeah, and Adrian Reed, she's jailed under a $1 million bond. Your first move was to ask for a hearing to get it reduced. So what happens next if that doesn't happen?
Well, let me say this to you.
Saving lives, thank you for the support, says Super Chat Train. Sharon, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Good morning, KP. Good morning, KP sis. Good morning, Ingrid. And yes, you so right. B Capricorn says Genesis' mom could have let her dad get her. That is crazy. She was keeping her from him. Yes. And that's what I was trying to do, is show y'all, but it didn't record the way I wanted to. Thank you, B Capricorn. Saving lives. Choo choo. That man really loved his daughter, y'all. I had put my, hold on, give me a second, because for some reason I put my, hold on. I had put my logo over it, but the one that I did it on, for some reason it's not loading up like I wanted to. Hell, this one not even loading up either, but I got the videos of him and give me a second. The videos of him and Genesis. He really loved his girl, his daughter. I ain't gonna lie. That's what it's giving to me. Hold on. We're gonna continue with this lawyer though real quick.
Reduced. So what happens next if that doesn't happen?
Well, let me say this to you. Under Alabama Constitution, Article 1, subsection 16, she's entitled to a reasonable bail. And reasonable bail under the rules would be, for that Class C felony, would be $2,500 to $15,000. 1 million cash is excessive, and that's what we're fighting. We plan to file a writ of habeas corpus to the circuit court for that to be reduced.
And you represented Coley McCraney in the cold case murders of 2 Dothan teens, so you know how powerful social media can be. What do you take on the thousands of posts about this case?
It's interesting to me, 1.7 million Americans died for the rights of this country, for the Constitution. And that is, you're innocent until proven guilty. We don't believe that around here, trust me, the way this social media is taking over. Everybody wants to blame everybody else and convict somebody until it's them or their family.
So what is your game plan with this case?
Well, our game plan is this. We want the child found as well. My client wants this child found. You've got James Tarbox, who is the district attorney over there, who is one of the best lawyers I've ever dealt with. He's a hands-on district attorney who goes to work from sun up and he works to sundown. He's a great lawyer. And if their child is deceased, he's going to find that. We've got the greatest law enforcement officers in the country that's working over there. That is the FBI, ALEA, and the local enterprise. We want this child found.
And correct me if I'm wrong, when we first started the interview, you said you don't believe she's dead. If you don't believe that, what do you believe happened?
I have no idea at this point. Because if I talked, I might be violating some kind of ethical issue with my client. I wouldn't want to do that. All I can say is this. We want this child found as well. We strongly believe that this child was taken. That's my client's position.
Mr. Harrison, thank you so much for being here.
Sure, thank you.
Thank you. Saving Lives says I can't do $2, so I can't. So I do 2 super chats. Thank you for that. Corey, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Like Tanisha says, I don't know, love her, but not enough to get her permanently from a mom, is not handling business. Yeah, true, but I don't know. KP, sorry, but I'm not sure how to forward info. I'm new to YouTube and not on social media. You can email it to me if you know how to do that. My email is the same name as my YouTube at gmail.com. But if you don't, that's okay. Can somebody else who know about that case, can y'all send forward it to me? That would be great. Ingrid says, KP, what up with that Trife grandma? She posted earlier that her granddaughter was missing, so why she not arrested? I mean, she lives there too. Dang. Man, the grandma, I don't know what's going on with that grandma, but she ain't looking too bright in my eyes either. But that lawyer, listen to this again.
Reduced. So what happens next if that doesn't happen?
Well, let me say this to you. Under Alabama Constitution, Article 1, subsection 16, she's entitled to a reasonable bail. And reasonable bail under the rules would be, for that Class C felony, would be $2,500 to $15,000. 1 million cash is excessive, and that's what we're fighting. We plan to file a writ of habeas corpus to the circuit court for that to be reduced.
And you represented Coley McCraney in the cold case murders of 2 Dothan teens, so you know how powerful social media can be. What do you take on the thousands of posts about this case?
It's interesting to me, 1.7 million Americans died for the rights of this country, for the Constitution. And that is you're innocent until proven guilty. We don't believe that around here. Trust me.
Who paying
The
him?
way the social media's taken over, everybody wants to blame everybody else and convict somebody until it's them or their family.
So what is your game plan with this case?
Well, our game plan is this: we want the child found as well. My client wants this child found. You've got James Tarbox, who is the district attorney over there, who is one of the best lawyers I've ever dealt with. He's a hands-on district attorney who goes to work from sun up and he works to sundown. He's a great lawyer, and if their child is deceased, he's going to find that. We've got the greatest law enforcement officers in the country that's working over there. That is the FBI, ALEA, and the local enterprise. We want this child found.
And correct me if I'm wrong, when we first started the interview, you said you don't believe she's dead. If you don't believe that, what do you believe happened?
I have no idea at this point, because if I talked, I might be violating some kind of ethical issue with my client. I wouldn't want to do that. All I can say is this: we want this child found as well. We strongly believe that this child was taken. That's my client's position.
Mr. Harrison, thank you so much for being.
What I get from that, y'all, is that Adrian told him that she probably done messed up and gave this baby to somebody. That's what I'm thinking. And now she know she ain't getting that baby back, and she gonna be at fault for anything that happens to that baby. That's what I'm getting. I'm picking up what the hell he putting down. They just don't know where the baby at this point. Y'all give me 1 second. Yeah, because they say you gotta kind of be honest with your lawyer so they know how to fight for you and stuff like that. I think she told him that she gave this baby to somebody probably, and now she don't know where the hell they took her or what's going on. Tammy says, morning KP community, it's hump day. Justice for Romeca drove Genesis. Good morning, Tammy. Yes, justice for all of them. Hey, Shannon, good morning. I went to school with those girls in the case. In what case, Shannon? What girls? The one Be Sexy talking about? Spec says it's 122 in the chat, 91 likes. Please hit the like button. Y'all get the likes up. It's 127 in here now. Georgia Peach, is that how you say it? To all the men, please go to the family court and get your children legitimized. Otherwise, you have no rights. Thank you for that. Yes. And that's one of the things. Like, these men, a lot of them don't fight for their rights. And they got just as much rights to their kids as the women do. I'm going to just be honest. Like, you get the ones, like, for instance, if you got custody, me and my sister was talking about this. Like, if you're on child support and the mother of your child or the father of your child leaves the state, you can force them to come back because that wasn't court order that they can, and that child agreed on, that they can relocate. Like, when my kid's dad, when he moved out of state, I didn't press the issue. Bitch, bye. Because he caused more hell and problems than good. I didn't want him nowhere around me. Yep, go ahead, go. Bye. Just bye. I wasn't finna fight for that. But yeah, men have just as many rights as the women do. But they don't fight for it because half the time they don't like to be bothered with these kids. They don't want to be bothered with them, and they don't like the responsibility of having kids, but y'all lay down and have them. It's 131 in the chat. How many likes? Shannon says, this case is crazy. I'm gonna send you something. Okay, Shannon, thanks. Let me know when you send it. Maybe I might be able to pull it in. I'm praying that she may have given the baby to someone for money. There's so many people who want a baby. This is my only positive thought. Maybe she was beating the Dow because of her decision. Yes, that's what I was thinking when they first brought up the beating the Dow situation. Maybe that she was just acting out or something. I just didn't want to think that she was doing that to her own daughter. Empress says, happy Wednesday, KP and Commander. Good morning, Empress. Shell says, I don't believe that bullshit. She knows what she did to her child. He sounds crazy as fuck. Baby. She says she ain't told that man that he would have been advised they tried to locate the child or even had a private investigator deployed. It's something else. Well, if it what else you think it is, Tanisha? Because child, if the baby is gone, the baby is gone. I'm saying like deceased. Why say you don't think the baby is deceased if you know the baby can possibly be deceased? How he gonna fight that for her? I'm so confused with this case. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I just don't want the baby to be gone. I don't want the baby to be deceased. D Love says, please get the likes up. Hit the like button. Shannon says that they found in the trunk. Hold on, I'm finna run to my DM and see if you sent me something already. Zakaya says that lawyer is a liar. He's fake as hell, and they should have asked him, did she tell you where the baby was? Good morning, KP. Great job. Keep up the good work. Good morning, Zakaya. Thank you for that. Yeah, they should have asked him that. Johnny says, good morning, KP, and chat. Justice for all in need. Yes. Good morning to you, Johnny. Zakaya said it's giving bullshit. I want to know who paid him. Y'all think I don't think he jumped on this case for free. I don't know. You be having some money hungry. You be having some clout chasing lawyers, but they still want their money too. She said that baby is not here anymore. She know it, and without a body, it's hard to get a conviction. Hell, says who? 108 likes, 133 in chat. Y'all give me a second. Let me run over to my DMs real quick. Child, I got something from another something else from not this, but I can't bring it in yet. That'll be for tomorrow or later today, I guess. Sharon says, yes, me and fight for your child. It's a road, but it's worth it. My son fought and won custody when my grand was 18 months old. Yeah, like that young man that went viral. Now he might as well say a little famous over on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. He fought for his child and was posting it every time he had court and telling what was going on. He fought for his child, and he got um, partial custody, I think it is. Like they do, I don't know if it's a 50-50 split or what, but he got rights to his child. She got her own room in his house, everything. Like he a full-time dad, like she's a full-time mom to the baby. These men need to step up and do right. Smiley says $2. Thank you, Smiley. I appreciate it. B. Capricorn says the attorney may want the clout because the case is getting so much publicity. Maybe he is doing pro bono. Ciao. Hold on. Sonia says, Grand Rising Code Peace Monster Chat. Good morning, Sonia. Cottrell says, and her dumbass lied. She told them she missing the day she called, but then said it was 2 weeks. Her story changed so much, and neighbors said they used to see the baby every day, but no. Exactly. That's nothing. If y'all ain't seen this baby and y'all friends with the mom, y'all close to the baby, why didn't y'all call in to request somebody go do a wellness check or something? Like, this is crazy. This she gave enough time for this case to go like it's going now. That's what it is. Whatever happened, whether she unalived this baby or she gave this baby away, she gave it enough time for people to get away with this baby, go far away with this baby if that's the case, or do whatever it is she needed to do with that body. This is crazy. Thanks for supporting the channel, Smiley. Yes, thank you, Smiley. Appreciate you. Cheryl says, good morning, The lovely KP, justice for Meeks. Good morning, Cheryl. Yes, justice for Meeks. Shannon says, I'll have a new phone today. When he spoke, the two girls, Chelsea and JB, in the trunk. When he spoke on the two girls. Oh, the lawyer. You talking about that case that the lawyer talking about he worked on. He covered before this one. Oh, child. She says, like a certain amount of blood at the scene or other things to point to that this person is most likely not here anymore. Child. This is what the dad had to say. Hold on. This is her with her daddy. She is so gorgeous. He literally could have kept this baby. Like, I would have never gave her back to her mama if I knew she wasn't stable enough. Like, for real. Why would you keep handing her back? No. But I do. It's kind of like a up down thing with me, because I think I really feel like he loved his daughter. He just didn't do right. He didn't do the right thing. I don't know. Especially these days, knowing how things can go with kids in bad situations, when you know the parent ain't capable of raising this baby or loving this baby properly, like need to be loved. Like, he should have really went and got custody of his child. But I don't know. Has anybody heard if it ever was a custody battle? Because that was the assumption when I played the so-called professional at this type of situation. They say that normally when things like this happen with kids, it'd be because of a custody battle or whatever. Has anybody ever heard that they had a custody battle going on? Because I haven't. Sharon says she was telling people the baby was with the father, then the godparents. What? So who the hell is the godparents? Has the godparents came out and spoke? Please don't forget to hit the like button. Good morning, Payne in the building. Payne says, good morning, KPTV and chat. Good morning. Spec says, Saving Lives says, Spec said, hit the like button. Sharon says, they said he was fighting to get custody. See? The father was trying to get custody. I could believe that, because from the videos I'm watching with him and her, like, you could tell he really do love his baby. And I feel like maybe he just, I don't know. T. Smith says, my understanding was he was trying to take her to court the first day. So my feelings is right then. T says, I think the biggest problem with some fathers is they don't want to take the time and deal with the courts. Yeah. They look at the courts like the police. You know, they don't like dealing with the damn police either. Well, when it comes to your child, you got to sit that aside, baby. I don't know. But this supposed he had made. He say, it's no reward for doing what you're supposed to do as a man. I can't sit because my dang live thing in there. Lord, I just need answers. Somebody knows something, man. This ain't no normal shit. I've been trying to hold on. I know the fight ain't over yet. Man, pretty fucked up if you ask me. How the hell she get a lawyer? It's crazy to me. And this lawyer trying to lie with her. It's crazy. Sharon says there's no godparents to be found. No one about godparents. It's so much. Cottrell says, and the baby daddy and the grandma said she have did it many times, but was plain. I would have took my baby then. That was a red flag right there. Exactly. Because, yeah, it was said that every time she would get mad at him, and he called and want to talk to his baby, she always say, she ain't here, she gone. And then, but he always end up getting to talk to her at a point. She said, so if he was trying to get custody, I'm not understanding how the courts let her take her across the state line. Somebody lying. Did he follow all the way through? So, okay, so where she lives at now, is that where she was currently living when custody battle started, or did she live in the same city as him when they started custody? Because if she already lived at Tanisha, that would explain why she in a whole nother state. Oh yeah, because they said maybe, I think they said maybe she already had her kids, some kids taken from her, and she moved out of state when she got ready to have Genesis. Child, this is crazy. Danson says, good morning, co-piece. Maya is Maddie, keep doing your thing. Good morning. And thank you. I will. Thank you. Thank you. She says, I'm not off his ass just yet. I feel for him, but I feel he should have been more of a dad. I can understand that. B. Capricorn says, as Sharon Peterson, bingo, no one knew of godparents. Johnny says, this is so sad. I hope they find this baby. Exactly. This is crazy. It's the case is all over the place, and it's too soon for it to be like this. T. Smith says they are from Enterprise. He is in Florida. Oh, so she is actually from Enterprise, and he lives in Florida. Well, she been where she been all the time. So he just now want to start fighting because, child, I don't know. They need to find this damn baby girl. Hey y'all, hey baby girl. That one says good morning, co-piece of chat. Good morning, that one, child. And she able to get a lawyer while behind bars, and he trying to get her bail lowered because he's saying that they basically went over guidelines of how they should have charged her, like with as far as when it came to her bill, that was too much for lying to a police. Crazy. We got 168 people in the building. How many likes we got? Can somebody tell me before I keep going? This baby needs to be found immediately. This is insane. This is insane. And she lying. Woo. That's him and his baby girl.
Talk to mom and say, hey mommy, I love you.
Hey, mommy, I love you.
Say I miss you.
I miss you.
Call you later.
Call you later.
Blow a kiss.
So gorgeous, bro. This baby, this should not have happened. Dark and Lovely says, good morning, KP. Good morning. 128 likes. Y'all better get my likes up, and it's 165 people in here. I will sit here quiet. Get my likes up. Hit the goddamn button. Ain't it, brown eyes? When I'm like, child, this is horrible. She came from Florida. Oh, okay. This is sad. Joyful baby just gone. And nobody got no answers to where the hell this baby could be.
Talk to mom and say, hey mommy, I love you.
Hey, mommy, I love you.
Say I miss you.
I miss you.
Call you later.
Call you later.
Blow a kiss.
And that damn grandma should be ashamed of herself. I still ain't found her. When I go find her, yeah, I need to see something. English says justice for Genesis, justice Miss Meeks, and justice for everyone who lost their lives senselessly. Yes, justice for all of them. Thank you for that, Ingrid. Ain't she so pretty? You know what's weird is Genesis went missing. It's another little girl. I can't think of her name. Well, I was just looking at it. She went missing, but they found her. Why? They look so much alike, bro. They look so much alike, so similar in so many ways. And they was posting it because they were saying people was getting that little girl confused with Genesis. Genesis hasn't been found, but that little girl ended up getting found or whatever. But they look so much alike. And I'm like, this was weird. It's like they tried to put it in our face to be a distraction. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Brown Eye says, we as a whole got to do better with protecting our Black children. Facts. Facts. Ain't no way. The way a lot of these parents be moving with their kids, I could never move that way. I was never, my kids never left my sight. Like literally. When I say I can count on my hands how many times my mama watched my kids, or they, if anybody watched my kids, it was my mom. And I can count on my hands how many times I let my mama watch my kids. Literally. This is crazy how a lot of parents just let these babies go with any and everybody. I couldn't. I could never. Brown says, okay, I read that. T. Smith says, I have seen lots of young girls call someone the godparents and they haven't done anything formal to have godparents, just handing out titles. Exactly. People don't even know, like, when you give somebody the label godparent, that's supposed to really mean something. It's supposed to be, that goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? It do. My oldest daughter got a godmama. And I never like that, and she got the godmama title because she's really a godmama. She from day one she was a godmama, like literally. You can't just be handing out saying, okay, you the godmama. You can get her. My daughter, my 18-year-old got godmama and goddaddy for a reason. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't. You just don't tell people they and they do it because they you the godparent. You gonna watch her. You gonna watch them. You gonna watch them. Like so y'all can for y'all benefit. You know what I'm saying? Just to say, well, you the godparent. Can you watch them? All because you want to go out, hang out, have fun, do whatever it is. No, that ain't how that shit works. People is weird. People, child. No, I need a godparent for my take care of my child when I'm not able to take care of my child. If I'm down, it's somebody that can step up to help me with my child. If I'm sick, I can at least have this godparent to step in and get my child until I'm better. That type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, people be weird. Paula says the other little girl parents let someone spend the night and the lady took her. What? Glass and workers saw and reported them at a motel. Guy blocked her truck so she couldn't leave. What the How long did they know this person before they let this person spend the night? What? KDA says, good morning, KP in chat. Good morning. This is insane. We got 171 in the chat. How many likes we got? Diane says, I've never understood how children can just walk out of the house and no parent knows there are things that you can do to keep your children safely in the home. Exactly. This baby ain't walked out no damn house. That was red flag number one. Spec says, 170 in the chat, 142 likes. Please hit the like button. Y'all hit the like button. Hold on. I skipped some. Sharon says, y'all, the courts make it very hard for fathers. The courts treat the men like shit. They try to find things to discredit the father, but my son didn't back down. My son character, witnesses, and letters. Yeah, that's going to, listen, that's not even with just men, with women. You get that with women too. You know what I'm saying? It just goes to show like the fight you got in you for what you really fighting for. You know what I'm saying? Like they can give me hell all day long. Because I ain't gonna lie, I done been in some situations where I done got hell. But that ain't deter me from still fighting for what the hell I believed in or what I was going to fight for. Like that's gonna happen. But they still need to stand up and at least show the effort. Cassie says, KP, top of the morning, Virgo love, justice for Meeks all day. Virgo love, Bookie butt. Good morning, Cassie. Crazy. But they need to fan this baby and they need to fan this baby quick. It looks like, I don't know if, because I ain't went to the mama page. I haven't found her page yet. But to me, it looked like the daddy was like really spending time with his daughter when he did have her, taking her out, doing things, all types of stuff. She was being taken care of pretty well. I haven't went to, because I can't really speak on how Adrian was with her because I haven't seen anything yet. Give me a second. Sharon says, yes, godparents step in for the parents when needed. I have 2 godchildren. I take it seriously. Yes. And Sharon, I agree. The level that my brother had to go through with the lunatic he had a daughter with is insane. The courts are horrible. They are. They are. But I mean, you're gonna have to just try to fight and fight as hard as you can. For real. Why they ain't letting me? Hold on. For some reason, they ain't letting me put your comment on the stage, Smiley. That's weird. Smiley says a lot of people is letting me put everybody else's up there, but not Smiley's. What's that about? 148 likes, 168 watching. Please get those likes up. Y'all hit the goddamn button. But anyway, Smiley says a lot of people don't know that godparents can't about to take the children in the event that something happens to the parents. You mean can? Yeah. Yeah, they need to find this baby. They need to find this baby quick. The more and more time that goes past, the less hope I have. Like, it's crazy. I hate to say it, but she's a baby. She can't be gone too long. That's too long. Now, y'all. So, Dark and Lovely says the dad had her for Christmas, right? And then gave her back to the mama. I probably would just kept my baby. And knowing the situation that she going through, from what I've been hearing, like possibly on drugs and selling the food stamps, not feeding the baby, all those shit. He could have got an emergency. So I do see what you're saying, Stitch, because with all those things, and I'm quite sure he knew of this, because you ain't just going to pick up your daughter, sit outside and wait on this woman to bring that baby out. You going in and you looking at conditions of the household. You looking, I'm going in, I'm looking at the condition of the home. I'm looking in the refrigerators. I want to see what food you have, how they living. I want to see her room. He could have got an emergency court order to get that baby. And I know people then told him, because a lot of men don't be knowing a lot of stuff. So I'm sure what type of woman he got then. Now I'm on that. Because why she ain't tell him that you can go and get an emergency court order to get your child about that house? Baby, yeah. Side eye. This reminds me of the Casey Anthony case. Yeah, everybody said. Everybody says. Kimberly says, good morning, KP in chat. Good morning, Kimberly. So now I'm wondering. Yes, y'all go over there and subscribe to my backup channel, Cold Peace Investigates. If y'all haven't, go and do that and come back. Reno says hello. Hey, Reno. So yeah, he could have did something quick. But they need to find this baby. Justice for Genesis. Whatever happened to this baby, whoever did it needs to suffer in hell. For real. And this mama, she know what happened. Either she did it with her own bare hands, or she done gave this baby off to somebody. And I'm listen. So what I did was, y'all be sending me DMs, and when we talking about Meeks in the situation, y'all be talking about them warlocks, right? So I just didn't get the whole videos of some of the videos I watch. I just got little clips of it to play, because it's a lot of people that believe in warlocks and like men, and they say it go hand in hand with narcissists. It's crazy. Dominique says, great morning, KP in chat. Good morning, Dominique. But first I want to tell y'all. So, I don't know. I just don't understand. People, so when this first happened, September 8th came out happening with Justice for Genesis, y'all. We need this baby found ASAP. Fast, not slow. But now we on Meeks, because when September 8th happened, things was like moving so fast. Stuff was being said. Everything, it seemed like stuff was being just everywhere, all over the place. You know what I'm saying? Like, they saying that where Carlos and Holly was parked is public parking. Well, parking for the residents. First they were saying it's public parking. Then it was being said that it's parking for the residents. And I'm just trying to figure out, because now it's making me really want to go to that crime scene and look at the area and see what the hell? How everything is set up? Because if that's parking for residents, then I'm wondering, do they, like, the residents have like a parking pass? And if it's no parking pass in the window, you know how they give y'all those little parking tickets that you could put from your residence in your car. And if your car don't got that on there, would you get a sticker, parking um ticket? I mean, would you get a parking ticket for parking somewhere where you're not supposed to be parked? Because let them say it, they was what, parked there overnight allegedly. Well, I know that's what they're trying to say about Holly, because I'm trying to figure out why the hell she just didn't park behind in Carlos' parking lot where she usually always parked. Was it full? Why you parked right here where it's allegedly supposed to be residents only parking? Like, I got so many questions, bro. So many. I do. Yes, Beck, praying for Genesis' safe return. Man, I hope that baby ain't gone. Like, gone. Spec says, please hit the like button if you haven't already done so. So, yeah, I got so many questions about that. Like, and I know that that's going to be like one of the main things that come up is about this parking. And I'm hoping the prosecutor bring up the fact that we see you before parking in the parking lot to his apartment place. Why didn't you do it that on this specific day or day before? Why did you park here? Because the reason why I said that is because I pointed out that it was a no parking sign over them cars. But you can't really tell what the sign really says. Is this, if it's for residents, is it a specific time you're supposed to park or nothing? But it's literally a no parking sign right there. And if it's a no parking sign right there, how is they saying that this is for residents or public parking? I don't understand it. Maybe Chicago just different, but it's not making sense to me. And then y'all know early on when Quadre was speaking out about the situation, he was saying that Meeks just pulled up, and it was a point where he said Meeks just pulled up and stopped, like she blocked Holly in. That's what they was giving out. That's what he said, that she blocked Holly. Me personally, I don't believe Romeca knew Holly Carr. I don't think she knew Holly Carr. And by me thinking that is why I'm bringing this up, because he then goes back and say, and I'm going to play y'all the clip, because this is a video that I did 4 months ago when he was on Gigi panel. He literally admits that where Romeca was parked is a parking spot. That's how Chicago is set up. Hold on, y'all. Erica says, good morning, KP and everyone. I missed you all. Late work arrivals recently. Good morning, Erica. Tanisha says 171 watching, 164 likes. Good job, y'all. Let's even them out, though. Period. That part. Diane says some men meet up at a location with their children and they're not allowed to even come to the house. I know people that's doing that idiot crap now. Mm-hmm. Bless Highly Favor says, good morning, KP. Sister, good morning, chat. Good morning, Bless. Brown says, I don't think she knew what her car looked like either, KP. I'm telling you, I don't think. And this make me believe it even more, because he literally said this was a parking spot that Romeca was parked in, which makes me wonder, she jumped over in that lane because maybe Carlos flagged her down, stopped her, and that's where she parked at. And Holly in the back, parked, stalking, looking. Because y'all remember they said that Holly was yelling out her window, talking shit. Because her window was down. And that's when Romeca realized that Holly was there. This is crazy. Holly was in position to execute the plan. Spec, yes. Yes. Erica says, haven't they mentioned she met her for the first time that day? OMG, this is crazy. Yes. That's what I'm saying. Like, Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? No, I had went out. I went out. I had got a call, y'all. My bad. Can y'all hear me? Oh, okay, y'all can. I had went out because y'all wasn't speaking quick enough, so I went out and came back in. Give me a second. Hold on. Hell, I thought it was emergency, y'all. This person that called me, I thought it was emergency because they normally don't call me at this time. So yeah, sorry, y'all. But let me read some of these that came through. Dr. Lovely says, I believe it's not parking for certain hours. Weekend may not be included. Bless says, you know what I've always wondered. Did Carlos maybe text Romeca? No, because they he didn't have Romeca's number to be able to text her from what was put out. Baby girl says, what happened? Oh yeah, my shit had I had went out, y'all. Yeah, I'll be so this is what I had. I went back to one of my lives because my sister was in the had went and watched this live yesterday from 4 months ago that I had did, and she was all up in the child. She was like, oh, I was getting like spam texts from her because she was heated, bro. She was so heated. So it made me go back and listen to it. And he literally says that's a parking spot that Romeca was in. And I was sitting back after that thinking like, me, I put myself in the situation. Me, if I knew your ex, if I knew your baby mama that I don't get along with, this is her car. The way this the way their cars is parked, you could tell Romeca just pulled up and parked. She didn't know that Holly was there, bro. Like she didn't know Holly was there, and it gives off that Carlos was probably she know his truck, and then it gives off that because y'all know they said also that allegedly Romeca cars was screeching like it was a quick stop, like she was driving, hurry up, quick stop. I don't know how true that is, so that's why I don't speak on that too much. But it's given that she saw Carlos, he saw her, he may have stopped her, maybe thinking that they finna have a conversation about little, because she probably wondering why the hell is he. First of all, this is another question I got. Do Carlos normally park there, or do he normally parks in his own in his own parking space by his apartment? That's another question nobody has ever asked. Cause why is he parked right there like he dropping kids off, or he going to? I'm so confused now that I'm thinking about it. I'm so confused. And then they talking about how Holly and Carlos was going to the gym together, which don't make sense, and gonna drop the baby off. It don't make sense because if y'all going to the gym together, why not put the baby in his truck and y'all go together, drop the baby off and go to the gym? This is crazy. Hold on. Erica says she only spotted him, I feel. Spec says 191 in the chat, 177 likes. Can y'all get the likes up, please? Thank you. It's 195 in the chat that's watching. Just said, I thought Holly was sitting in that spot waiting on Carlos since he was looking for him that weekend. Yes. That's what yes. This is what they don't want people to believe. That this woman went Sunday morning. She went Sunday, had they Sunday dinner with the grandma and the family like she normally do, and came back. They don't want people to believe that. But it's been said so much. And a family member allegedly came out and spoke on that on TikTok. She was sitting there overnight and she already steaming mad because she don't know where the hell Carlos at. That's why I keep telling y'all her anger was displaced. It was not supposed to be towards Meeks. It was for Carlos. And when she seen this is why I said Meeks was it. You know the saying, which the saying wrong place, wrong time, which in all actuality, she wasn't in the wrong place, wrong time. She was where she was supposed to be. But given the situation of what happened that day and coming in contact with this damn lunatic, wrong place, wrong time is what happened. Because she transferred her energy that she had for Carlos towards Romeca. And that was wrong. Spec says, remember, they said Romeca spoke to him that morning because she wanted him to take Amir to school. Yep, they saying that. They said that. But I don't know. I'm just gonna be honest. I don't know if that is if that's the truth or not. Because from what all I know is that he didn't have Romeca's number. He didn't know her address. He didn't know where she lived. So I don't know. At y'all. If I get one more call, somebody is gonna get their fucking head chopped off. Literally. But let me go back to some of these comments. Um, Miss Easy says, "Do we know that Holly was the first, or could she have pulled up after Mix did?" No, I believe she was already there because she was. If you look how she was parked in between cars. She was all that girl was already there. She ain't just. She was already there. Yeah, Tati, just stalking at Bless and whoever Carlos with now. That's probably where he was that night, not with Meeks and Holly dumbass. Now see he has another woman. They say she in that going crazy, allegedly. Sheldon Shay says that's right at KP. They should have taken Carlos' truck to the gym if they were going together. Period. Yeah, that makes sense. Like you don't take two different cars to go drop a baby off and then you trailing him to the gym. That don't even make sense. KP, we can't hear you. Yeah, I had went out and came back in. Yeah. Just know y'all, when y'all can't hear me, it's because a call came in. But it's okay because I'm gonna start getting on my computer. I just do this because it's more convenient for me. And I don't like get just yeah. I'm gonna start being on my computer because this shit is annoying. I can tell y'all that. But Smiley says it was said that they were putting the baby in Holly's car from Carlos' car, but he was 2 car spaces from Holly's car. It never made sense, and it will never make sense. So what they so basically, and because I talked about this, Smiley, and I said this then, and I'm gonna say it now. So what they went, that's why it don't make sense, and it never makes sense. And I said this then. So you mean tell me they came from his apartment, got in the car from where he was parked at, drove past, because the way you got to do it. So he drove past Holly car, drove up and parked all the way up there. They get out and walk the baby all the way to Holly's car, put the baby in. No, you're going to pull up side by side to Holly's car and put the baby in, which still don't make sense to me. Why are y'all doing that if y'all going to the same place? That's bullshit. I've been said it was bullshit, and I'm saying it now. Just said Miss Easy 801. Holly and her soggy panties was allegedly there first because she was alleged to have sat there for over 24 hours looking for sassy men. Los. The way y'all talk about these people is insane. That don't make sense. It didn't make sense then, and it don't make sense now. As Shakira, I could hear KP. Tati says she didn't need him to take Lil Amir to school. That makes no sense. She would have gotten to the school before dropping him off with Carlos. Exactly. So they basically saying that they wanted that she was calling for him to get Amir. She was gonna take Amir to his house so he could drop Amir. Make that make sense, y'all. Listen, now that we going over it, talking about it again, right? That don't make sense. The school is literally right there. Why would she go past the school to go to his house or however the case may? It don't make sense because he's literally right there by the school. Why would she risk taking him to Carlos, somebody she know that she do not get along with, that always trying to put his hands on her every chance he get? Why would she risk that, taking him to his house rather than taking him to school? That don't even make sense. I feel like that's just was another one of their lies. T says, KP, I can't wait for the March 3rd court date and when everything will come out. I can't wait either. Karen says, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Karen. There's 187 in the building. How many likes? Tammy says, if she did tell him, he can't answer that question due to lawyer-client privilege. Oh, you talking about Adrian? Yeah, I know. I know. Corey says, KP going through this right now. Been 6 years. My husband has not seen his kids. This bitter ex-wife is crazy. Woo, child. Praying for you. Trust me, I am. The witness said Holly was sitting in her parked car. Yeah, we all know that. We done been through up and down and through this. Thank you for that, MTG. But we done been all through this. We know that she was sitting there. We already know that this woman was there first. There's no question about it. Well, I'm going back talking about it because I'm like, a lot of we just gotta. This is what we gotta do. This is what we gotta do until we get to trial or more information come out. The girl was literally already sitting there. It don't make sense for them to put the baby for. It don't even make sense for them to say that they left Carlos' house, drove around to put the baby in Holly's car. He parks all the way up there. They get out, take the baby to the damn car. And another thing, why is Holly carrying the car seat? Why his punk ass ain't carrying the car seat? Because, like Quadre said, she was holding the baby with a gun on her hip. And I dispelled all that bullshit. Why is she carrying the car seat and not Carlos? None of what they put out here makes no sense. Worth a shit. Johnny says, I would never let nobody send me out to do some crazy mess like this. Shake my head. Never. D says, Holly was sitting in the car waiting on Carlos calling 100 times. You lose them how you got them. That's yes. That's saying I live by that. For real. Tati says, nope, Holly slept in her car all night. Mad as heck. They don't want people to believe that though. Somebody says, I always thought she was waiting for Carlos there to see if he was with Romeca. Yeah. And he wasn't with Romeca. Romeca ended up pulling up. And that's when the bitch went haywire. I don't mean to say that like that, but she flipped the lid. She flipped the fucking lid. Baby girl says, I'm dead. Ed talking about soggy panties. I know, right? Crazy. Just says it don't make sense because the baby was already in Holly car because she was sitting there all night. Exactly. But that's what I'm saying. That's why we're going through it and we're going to talk about it again. Everything, the crazy part about it, y'all, everything that they've tried to put out here to make Holly look like it was like she wasn't on no bullshit. It was self-defense, all this we have dispelled. Like we literally done chopped this shit down to ain't no chopping no more. Smiley says, right, you would pull up side by side. Exactly. And you would think where Romeca car was, um, Carlos' truck would have been there. Bless says soggy panties is crazy, but I can imagine she was sitting there all night, probably pissy because she had to squat and pee outside the car. Exactly. Man, y'all, that's what I mean. If we think about it, she had that same outfit on when they was out getting the goddamn baby ears pierced, right? Why would you leave? Why would you leave his house with the same clothes on if you stayed the night with this man? They set Romeca up, and this makes me so angry. Just makes Let's talk about it. Tete says, remember they was trying to say Lil Amir stayed with Carlos more than Romeca, and she was taking him his lunch. They have lied 1,000 times about that morning. Yes, exactly, Tete. Paper Stacks Entertainment. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, welcome. 185 likes. We got 191 people in here. Y'all better hit that like button some more. Dark and Lovely says they had to lie to fit the scenario. The lies they told was stupid. Dad says so she would not be late. She would drop him off to him early, then school starts. How many times have Meeks dropped him off to Los for school? Did that ever come out? Buttercup, happy Wednesday, co-peace and chat. Happy Wednesday. Spec says 191 likes, 189 viewing. Okay. Miss Edie said that little community meet couldn't have. It'd be so early and y'all be getting it in these comments. I love it. I'm not gonna lie. That little community meet couldn't have been that darn good. It's a lot of real good meat out here. Come on now, Holly. There says, if he, but if that didn't happen, he went to the school and maybe that's why she stopped because why are you here now? You couldn't help me earlier. They did say that, which I haven't seen it. It's just word of mouth. I don't know how true that is. So that's why I don't really talk about that either. That they said Carlos was in that parking lot before Meeks came. He had been in that parking lot earlier, the school parking lot. Baby, that's what I'm saying. If a lot of this stuff that came out is true, oh, they asses is grass when it's coming to trial. All that's gonna be presented. It's crazy. It's crazy. Because now I'm wondering, did he go in the school? Why is you just in the parking lot if you was in that parking lot? It's so much. Tima says Holly was parked there. Holly was so mad at Mix that morning because she felt like Carlos was with her all night. And she worried about the wrong woman because no. This man had so many other women. The man said in his music how he sleep with all these different girls and don't use condoms. Who brags about something like this? Genesis is such a beautiful little baby. I hope they find her safe. Yes, Corey, she is. I hope they do too. Like Meek said, she's a bum. They mad because Meek said that. Baby girl, why would you leave and come back but not wash your body? Child. Bless says Holly was so busy trying to watch this man, she couldn't even take a minute to wash her ass. Here y'all go. Here y'all go. Honey says, but is she washing up in jail now though? I should have never brought this back up because y'all be on her ass about that. You never heard what, T. Smith? That he was in that parking lot earlier, the school parking lot? Fro says, good morning. I'm going to rewind since I'm so late. Good morning. Baby, they be all on Holly ass for real. Holly was infatuated with Carlos. But I told y'all that. Like, I was always saying that it came across as like she was obsessed with Carlos. She was infatuated. Like, really, it was just something weird. And then when I went to court and I actually seen it, it blew my fucking mind, y'all. The way she just looked at him. As she was walking out, going back to her fucking cell. Like, Crazy. Tamika, they did say what that Meeks. I mean that Carlos was in that parking lot at that school before Meeks even made it there. Corey says, "I can't stand any parent that tries to use their kids as get back. All just need to stop. You're not only hurting the parent. That's what I be saying. Like it be the kids." Teresa said that came out on another CC. Said that. Johnny says the likes are liking. Period. Reno says she went back home to get a mirror lunch too, and brains could follow her to know her address in Holly Car. Instead, they used they like shake my head amateurs. Pep Girl says she straight sat in that car overnight, stinking no water in my finesse 2 times voice. Child, y'all is going crazy. Tima says, and he not even cute, honest. I told y'all that. Brown Eye said, I know them pits and coochie was beyond booming. El Tanya says she not even washing in jail. Crazy work. Shell says, yep, the school camera recorded him driving through the parking lot before Romeca got to the school. So, and that's what I'm saying. If that is true, because I'm just going off. I don't know. I haven't seen the footage. I wasn't there. I don't know. That's why I'm coming from where I'm coming from. And if that is true, that's so weird because, and that's how it don't make sense that Meeks wanted him to Meeks wanted him to take Lil Los to school, and then you say no, but then you driving around the parking lot. What was the purpose of that, y'all? 206 likes on my end. Okay, period. Say less says, I remember it being said that Carlos was bringing Holly a big black bag. I think it was the baby bag. What? I don't know. Listen to this. They said that at the end when all the other lies wasn't helping, that he was bringing her the baby bag. Who just leaves the baby bag? Where your head at? So she waited all the way until she left his house, went to the grandma's house, ate dinner, came back. I don't know. It's weird. It's so fucking weird. I don't know. Listen to this. Where is that?
Parking is because you're saying that on that street, I believe Cermak, I always mispronounce it. On that street, it's double parking. So you have.
And this is because y'all know how I used to do my uploads and stuff, and I'd be pointing out shit that I hear in interviews and stuff like that. So this was 4 months ago when I did this. And listen to this.
Parking is because you're saying that on that street, I believe Cermak, I always mispronounce it. On that street, it's double parking. So you have one person that parks right on the curb and then out.
And you right, T. Smith. She was running late. She fixed his lunch and brung it with them. She didn't go back and get no lunch. I don't know who said that, but I did just read it in here. She didn't go back to get his lunch. She was running late already. She was fixing his lunch, and it literally said in the note like she cannot not make his lunch because it's gonna be a whole problem. You know what I'm saying? He's used to having his lunch, so even though she was running late, she still had to make his lunch so he can have it. Yeah, you're right, T. Smith. She didn't go back to get his lunch. Sure, says it's not making sense at all. This frustrating me, but God saw it, and justice will be served. The truth will come out, and Holly is a complete demon. She took Romeca life for nothing. Sad the girl is. Melinda said, "Oh, funky ass." Hold on.
parking is? Because you're saying that on that street, I believe Cermak, always mispronounce it. On that street, it's double parking. So you have one person that parks right on the curb, and then outside of that curb, you also have parking.
Right. For the
Can you?
restaurants, stuff like that. And
No. Those were not restaurants in front of Romeca when she got
right, the
shot.
residents, right, the
Yeah.
residents, the
So
resident
can you
building.
show that? Can you on your Facebook? Because I do go to your Facebook often. Could you show that demonstration of the double parking, how that's set up?
Yes, okay, yes.
Did he ever show that demonstration? Because if so, I want to see it. I want to see.
Double parking, how that's set up?
Yes, okay, yes. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to the crime scene and I'm gonna make a recording of Los house, and then I'm gonna make a recording of the school so everybody can see that. I'm gonna do it in about an hour.
Parking. I really want you to do that parking. I want to see the lines, the double lines, because I have never seen that before. So it's like a wow factor to me.
Right. So would you say Romeca was double parked then? Because Romeca car.
I thought she stopped in the middle of the street.
Right. Okay, that's what you're saying. Right. Okay, so you think she stopped in the middle of the street?
She was not stopped in the middle of the street. She was parking in the parking lot or the parking street, because that's how the streets are set up.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. So,
right,
she was right behind Carlos.
I did not know that, and a lot of people don't know that because that's not the average street parking.
Exactly.
Who does that? So if you can just point that out and show us the lines, how it's whatever you're saying it is, how you can park right next to the curb, and then outside of the curb, outside of that car,
on your screen. Could you pull it up on your screen now?
I can't.
So yeah, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. Dr. Lovey said she was running late. She stated in her video, no matter how late they are, he has to. That's what I was basically saying. Yep. No matter how late she is, he got to have that lunch. He's not having it. Like he needs his lunch. Sharon says if she waited in the car all night, the bag is already in the car. I would think so. So that means, so boom, that's child neglect at its finest too. Because if you didn't have the bag, what was you feeding this baby all night? Sitting in that car with this baby. So the baby just didn't eat? Clearly it wasn't, because if the baby got formula, got bottles, and got everything the baby needs, it's not, you don't need that bag as bad as you making it seem you need that bag. You could have waited and came at a reasonable time the next day and got that bag. Child, they don't know what they doing to this girl. Tati said, Lord have mercy. It's crazy. Jess said, ain't no such thing as double parking. Y'all heard it yourself. Spec said 213 likes, 188 views. Corey says, I think your likes behind on your end. Now says 213. T-Lady says, I ain't never seen that kind of parking either. That's what I'm saying. I've never. Baby girl says, what type of man go on a bashing spree and you know the ninja is outside the circle of trust? Jess said, I'm Chicago. Ain't the streets ain't set up for double parking? You say you is Chicago? Anybody in here from Chicago? Besides, yep, sitting next to a pow pow. Oh, hey Leslie, she said that's why DCF involved. Because now I'm thinking about it. If they saying that this woman was sitting out there waiting, she first of all plotting on Carlos first and foremost. Second of all, they said because of that baby bag as well. What the fuck did this baby eat all night? Katie says they even lied and said they moved her car from in front of the meter so she wouldn't have to pay. Another lie. Miss Cat says, good morning, KP and chat. Justice for them all. Good morning, Miss Cat. Yes, justice for them all. In Chicago, the streets ain't set up for double parking. It's single parking and bike lane. T says, I will never sit in a car all night waiting on no man and never not being able to take care of my baby or wash my tail. Just nasty work. Laugh aloud. Justice for Meeks. Baby, they done fucked her up even more. T-Lay says she wasn't worried about that baby. Juanita Way says, me, you from Chicago? Exposure says, me, ain't no double parking. But did he just say it's double parking? Let me listen to that again. Not at all. She was too jealous of Romeca and was. Tammy says, not her responsibility. She may not really be his person God has for him. Oh, yeah. Duh, Trina, I got to get used to your damn name again. Like, hey, Trina, good morning. Child, that's a whole lie. There's no double parking where they were parked. Baby girl says you never know who either. That part, facts. And that's a true fucking statement because I'm telling y'all, when this new shit that I was telling y'all about come out, it's gonna blow y'all mind. It's gonna blow y'all mind on who knew who. Well, who didn't know who at the time, but they know who they is now to each other. Period. Just said me, West Side born and bred. Period. So y'all knew for Corey. Now this ninja got another baby on the way. Crazy. Exactly. Tamika says, KP, how is this dude Q getting a pass with this road in this? Child. Leslie said, allegedly. I ain't even gonna speak on that. Like, I just stay over here, do my commentary, and not. Anywho, Leslie said, allegedly, when he came home, wee hours of the morning, waiting on him. Yep, yeah. They don't want people to believe that's what that girl did. It's supposed to say no double parking, 5 more days. Period. I can't wait, Bookie. Can't wait. Cannot wait. You from Chicago. Everybody in here saying there's no fucking double parking. So what the fuck was you talking about, Q? Well, he and the other car were parked parallel and Romeca couldn't get by without slowing down. Yep. Crash out man line. They were parked illegally, double parallel. They wasn't parked properly. Yes, I am. As he said, I'm gonna need you to stop teasing us with this new info. Child. Y'all don't want to hurt the case. Just said that baby was eating hopes and aspirations. You know what, Jed? Keep on. I'll put you in timeout. The double parking mean the outer car is temporary. Leslie says probably why she was mad when Romeca was out there. That's what I'm saying. Like her anger was towards the wrong person. Her anger was towards the wrong person. It was meant for Carlos' ass. So I don't understand. I'm not promoting violence over here, but I don't know why he didn't catch one in the foot too or something. Like, why did you, yo, baby? Baby girl says, I'm picking up what you putting down. Somebody definitely didn't know who their real parent was, but we go sit that there. Nah, I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that, baby girl. It's no. Butterfly Empress says, happy hump day, KP Mods and the ice pack. Period. This is crazy. But I want to play this too. Just something I seen. Y'all know how I do.
Using you because you play ball. She just want, she just want your money. And my guy said,
Wait,
using you
that's
because
wrong.
you play ball. She just want.
Hold on. Dang.
Content like this. I'd rather just talk about celebrity gossip and all of those people. But this hit real close to home. A young lady, Romeca Meeks, was unalived in front of on school property. She was dropping her son off. Her son's father, other baby mama or girlfriend, I don't know, pulled a pistol out and took her life. I'ma say this, right? To all the women out there. These men will play both sides against the middle, meaning that he telling you one thing, he's going back telling her something else. They are habitual in the acts of trying to put women against each other. All because of the lies that they telling everybody. I don't know the details, but from what I'm hearing, she been going through stuff with him for a while. But if you feel the need to pull a pistol out on somebody who is unarmed, obviously it's something that he done got your mind twisted and warped to even want to go do something like that. That's what these men do. That's what they do. And I'm not taking up for the young lady that, unalive Romeca. And actually, I know Romeca's brother. And I'm just condolences to the family. And I know all y'all hurting. But at the same time, these women be fighting each other over this one man. And I'm going to tell you something. The young lady that unalive Romeca, she gone, she out of there. You done lost your freedom. Romeca lost her life. All over a man who's probably going to get arrested and get off and go be with somebody else.
And look what's happening already. Allegedly, he with somebody else. Done had a whole baby. Allegedly. Child. Everybody seen this coming. Everybody knew what we was looking at. A lot of us already knew what we was looking at. They was just too stupid to see it or just didn't want to admit it. Crazy.
A lot of times we let emotions and what this man is lying to us, telling us about whatever other situation, get you put in a situation where you lost your freedom. You're going to either lose your life or lose your freedom. I'm not judging anybody. I'll be straight up and honest. I had a toxic baby daddy because I was a toxic baby mama. I'ma just keep it all the way 100. But the difference with us older women, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have social media putting us on blast. Because I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of us, when we stepped outside, if we had social media, it'd be like world star. I was that. I'm not going to even lie to you, but I knew that he was playing both sides against the middle. He would lie and tell me certain things and then go back and tell the woman he in a new relationship with something else. There was a time when I broke up with him. I left my daughter's father when my baby turned 1. Great. And I'm going to just say this, right? My daughter was 1. My daughter is 30 now. So that was a long time ago. She was 1. I left. That was in December. January 17th, I was in a whole nother relationship. I just moved on real quick when I was young. I didn't care. Throw him in the gutter, go get another. My daughter's father had a hard time kind of like accepting the fact that I had moved on. The man that I was in a relationship with was a basketball player. And, we got into it. And one day he left the hospital and drove all the way from the suburbs to the west side where I was staying at to try to confront me and fight me. My guy was there, plus his cousin was over. They was all over at my house. He pull up, I just went straight in the house in the kitchen because I'm finna get the butcher knife. I come out. If it wasn't for Lamont grabbing me and holding me, I promised to God I was gonna be Edward Scissorhands on that man. He just was coming out just trying to front me because I had moved on. And he told my boyfriend at the time, which eventually was my fiance, using you because you play ball. She just want, she just want your money. And my guy said, whatever it is I got, she can have it. And so he kind of felt some kind of way because he thought that saying that to him was going to make him feel some kind of way about me. But if it wasn't for Lamont holding me, I don't know what would have happened. I knew I probably would have been, it just would have been all bad. But we have had the OGs, us older women, we've gone through similar situations with these baby daddies, with these men. The difference is that our business was, we didn't have the internet. We didn't have social media. We didn't have that. But I will tell you this. The best thing I could have ever done was leave him off the birth certificate and give her my last name. It cut out a lot of problems. I was able to get my daughter a passport. We traveled the world. He didn't really have no real authority. And even when he moved on and got somebody else, he would tell her things about me, like I said, playing both sides against the middle. That's what they do. That's what men do. The best thing I could ever tell you is to just see if you can move on. Sometimes you're not going to be able to have a peaceful co-parenting situation. You're going to have to be like Sierra and get you a Russell that's going to love that baby and take care of that baby like it was his.
Good morning, lovely T. Let me read some of these comments. Child. Erica says, misdirected anger. She was overly aggressive about trying to find his sweet tail. I don't know these people, but this is 6 shit. Yeah, it is. Trust me, we all know it is. I ain't never seen nothing like it. T. Smith says, facts. There's nothing a man can say to send me off. She got to be more careful and make sure her prison babe doesn't send her off too. T. It's crazy. Damn, lunatic on the prowl. Spec says Holly got caught up in a trick bag that she can't get out of. Yep, that's exactly what happened. And I hope whoever get him next, they do not fall for the same okie doke. As you said, the game don't change. Just the food they using changes. Hell, this is crazy. But I want to show y'all a few of these little clips that I found. Because I ain't go deep off into it because I don't be knowing about all this stuff. But y'all been talking to me about it, so I went and found little clips about it.
Men are warlocks, okay? And you will not understand if you never experience something like it, okay? It's easy to judge someone's situation when you're an outsider looking in, because a lot of people are looking externally instead of internally. And a lot of people think that a guy being a warlock, he has this altar or he's doing this abracadabra, whatever gibberish type of, no. Lying to get someone to do what you want, that's witchcraft. Manipulation is witchcraft, okay? And a lot of these men, they have these demonic attachments to them that over time, their conscious becomes seared, okay? So it's like they're an empty vessel with these dark entities controlling them, okay? Okay. Controlling them. Like narcissists, everybody knows that narcissists, they're demons, okay? Everybody knows that. Now, as for me, when I dealt with the narcissist, everybody thought it was weird because people that know me know that I have never dealt with certain things until I met this person, okay? This narcissist. People would tell me, they're like, you never tolerated this mess from anybody before. This is not like you. And I can say the number one thing that I never experienced was when I would tell this person I'm done with them, I'm not talking to them no more, I'm blocking them. Their eyes would immediately turn black, especially when we had intimate encounters, like sex, whatever. I don't know what's the appropriate term for the internet because I'm not trying to get flagged. I don't want to use the real word. But anyways, every time we would do it, their eyes would turn black. And when their eyes would turn, it's not like, it was pitch black. Like, in the scary movies, like that their eyes would turn black. And then when we be in the middle of doing something, they'll be like, look at me. And then I'll look and then I'm like, or every time I would say I'm done with them, their eyes would turn black. And then when I would be like, okay, I love you. I'm not going to leave you. I'm not going to, cut you off. Then their eyes would be normal, like how my eyes look normal. So what I'm.
That's crazy. I never looked at stuff like that, but I said since y'all been telling me about it, I go look it up and play a little bit of it for y'all. This is crazy.
Warlock in your life, part 1. So, for you guys who don't understand what a warlock is, it is a male WITCH. A male WITCH. And so, because warlocks are people who struggle with a broken sense of self, inadequacies, insecurities, and low self-esteem, they have a tendency to overcompensate by either being one extreme or the other. So on one extreme, they may be extremely helpful, extremely accommodating, extremely nice and friendly. On the other end, they may be very pompous, very arrogant, very boastful, very over the top, and just boisterous in their personality. It depends on who you are and if they need you or not. If they need you, they're overly happy, overly accommodating, overly friendly. If they don't need you but want you around to disturb your peace or to try to exert some type of dominance over you or some type of false sense of control, then they're very arrogant, very pompous, very, very nasty towards you. One extreme or the other. But a lot of times these men, how they've been able to fly under the radar is because they do dirt without getting their hands dirty. And the way they.
Boy, if that ain't spoke volumes about this person we've been talking about, I don't know what does. But I was just thinking when I was listening to these videos, what if Carlos was in that parking lot? I'm wondering, did he actually go into the school to see if Lil Los had been dropped off already? If he did, oh baby, that says a lot. That means he was literally looking for Meeks and waiting on her, because he had to. He was wondering. He had to know whether she had came to the school already or hadn't made it yet. Y'all get what I'm saying? That's why they was there. That's why he was there so long. He was trying to figure out, had she came and left, he missed her already, or she hadn't made it yet. When I say shit is about to hit the fan, it's really about to hit the fan. How stupid can you be? Jill says my granny is Creole and she definitely used to tell us stories of warlocks and demons out in the world. Like, how stupid can you be? You are literally on camera in the parking lot, pacing around, driving around, whatever case may be you doing. Why are you doing that, sir, if you don't have a child with you? And I want to know, did he actually go into the school checking to see if Lil Los was there? Had he made it to school yet? If so, his ass is grass. Baby girl said that's clear set up action if he was at that school. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We need to know if he actually went into that school. Raymel says, good morning, Copies TV and everyone. Good morning, Raymel. They did everything so, this is why I say that was Dumb and Dumber. Everything they did was all wrong. It was so wrong. They wasn't smart about nothing they did that day. T-Lady said it was definitely premeditated. That's what I've been screaming since day one. Premeditation at its finest. It's just that they was too dumb to do it right and get away with it. Not saying I want them to get away with it, but I'm just saying they just fucked their hoes. They messed themselves up. Johnny says it was all a part of their plan. Dumb and Dumber. Mm-hmm. Yep. 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 I think they plan really got messed. Well, ain't no think. That's why I've been saying this for the longest. They plan got messed up when Meeks didn't react the way that they wanted her to react. They thought that she was gonna spaz the hell out, but you gotta understand, why would a person that's dropping their kid off at school on their way to work would ever want to get out of body, want to be fighting, arguing when they mindset waking up is they finna get to it. You know what I'm saying? This was not on her man. You gotta certain people, you gotta catch them in that mode, and she wasn't in that mode. Just dumb. They stupid. Trina says they dumb every other day. That day is no different. Yeah. Spec says that's why he's defending Holly, because he's really defending himself. Brown Eyes said yes, they thought she was gonna spaz on it, and she wasn't even on that. Exactly. Wasn't even on that at all. Damn idiots. Catherine says, Kopi's Miles in chat. Good morning. Good morning, Catherine. T Lady says they thought she would be on her bullshit, and she was really on her shit the whole time. Exactly. Exactly. And so, and that's why Holly had to do what she did, and that's why Carlos had to do what he did. They provoked a fight. They both provoked an altercation. Yep, God worked it out for her. Exactly. You know what? Even it made me feel even more better too. Is like the fact when her toxicology report came back, and it was nothing in her system at all. Nothing. Like most people probably look at that like it's really not nothing when it was read out and talked about, because I talked about it too. But that's big. That's fucking huge, because they could try to use that as saying because she had something in her system, she wasn't herself. Oh, baby, she was. Oh, she fucking was. Hold on, let me see. Stop the Sacrifice Real Talk says, good morning, KP and chat. We'll go back to watch from the beginning. Thank you. I appreciate it. And good morning to you, too. God ain't playing, and neither is the state, period. I'm telling y'all, that's the state is on their ass. Trina says, I wasn't expecting anything because she works every day in healthcare. Right? Tati says they said that too. Liars. Said what too, Tati? What did they say? Tima says, and she was over Carlos' ass, so she wasn't on that. Exactly. Why is and she already said, why is she fighting over a man that's doing her wrong? Nigga, these women don't owe me loyalty, you do. And I love that she posted that on Facebook. And we all got to see her mindset, because I'm the same way. These women don't owe me no loyalty, you do. And if you going outside of me, how I expect for them to have loyalty to me if you can't have loyalty to me? That's crazy. Only way I'm finna fight a woman is if they done did something to me personally or my kids, and then we got a problem. She says it's also huge because Holly lied and said Romeca was on drugs on that TPO and trying to say she wasn't mentally stable. Yep. Whole time Holly wasn't mentally stable. How a mentally unstable person is caught trying to say somebody else is mentally unstable? Make that make sense. And she's literally mentally. Listen, Tammy, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Sharon says demons are dumb. Meeks had God's light on her. So this is why the case is going the way it is. Y'all just wait to sentences come down. All the court dates fall on biblical numbers. Period. Period. They done fucked up. That's all I gotta say. And that's all I have been saying. They done fucked up big. I mean, royally. They done messed up. Everything is backfiring. Everything that they tried to do against Meeks is backfiring on them. Like literally. The man is called warlocks and the woman are called witches. That part they really tried to put out like Romeca was a menace to society. Yeah. Whole time Holly is. Trina says Romeca was not a stranger. Holly was going to see her again because they're children's siblings. That shit was dumbass. Yep. Yep. And if you don't want a man that got kids already, go find somebody that don't got kids. Like this man had a whole family when you met him. He had you know what I'm saying? Like you knew that it was another woman in the picture. If you don't want no another woman to be in the picture, go find somebody that ain't with nobody, ain't got no kids. Like that's so crazy to me. That you come and insert yourself into somebody else's life like that. That's crazy. T lady, that's what narcissistic people do. Try to project. Jess says the way you handling this, I hope you put the Kiara Cole back in the spotlight. She deserves justice too. It's so crazy that you said that, Jess, because I was just looking at that case again. I was. Stop the Sacrifice says, as you stated, Meeks left a lot for us to eat and swallow to cover and stand strong for herself while she sleeps in peace. Thank you, Stop the Sacrifice. When I was doing my uploads, that's all I was doing. I was going picking all her shit. I was going back to her Facebook, her TikTok. I was getting all that. And I'm like, y'all. And it hit me. I'm like, y'all, Meeks literally is helping her own case. She literally put all this out for us to see and the world to see and get and know her mindset. She working her own stuff. Melinda says, yeah, I'm not fighting over no peen. If you disrespect me, that's a different story. Exactly. Whole different story. Belinda says, my girls are 46 and 40. They are the oldest of their kids. And he has about 5 kids outside of mine. He kept the other women away from me. We talk about that today, and he said that he knew not to play with him. They knew not to play with him. Yeah, this just all boils down to Carlos not being a fucking man. He could have had this handled way differently. And stop. Absolutely, Misa solving her own case. Yep, I was saying that since day one. And like I always said, and still we all the way in goddamn February, and still nothing has came out of Meeks harassing Holly. Where is it? Where? They tried to put out that little fake ass video of her looking at Holly TikTok. That means nothing. Everybody goes to everybody's social medias. We go to people's social medias that we don't even know and look at shit. It's social media. Because I mean, to each its own. But I'm like, why? He ain't nothing but a funny looking child. Like this is crazy. Diane says, why would she spaz if she knew Carlos had a child with another woman and was willing to co-parent? Exactly. Exactly. That's all it was from the beginning. But I was peeping right through all that shit. I don't believe that either. What? Tati? Nothing. They have nothing. Exactly. Stop the Sacrifice. Nothing. Because they would have put it out bad now. They would have put it out bad now. It's nothing that they can. What? It's nothing that they can prove that Romeca was harassing Holly. It's nothing that they can have. They get given anything to Ari showing that Meeks was harassing Holly. Because I'm sure if they did, she would think she had a leg to stand on in court every time we done went to court, and nothing has popped up. Nothing. And I'm gonna tell y'all the crazy thing about this. I'm telling y'all, Ari better hope she ain't fucking up her career, because man, y'all, all they keep talking about is text now, text now, text now. Since this happened, everybody that's been supporting Holly, they've been talking about text now, text now, text now. What is the odds that Ari is talking about text now? She got a witness that contacted her in text now. She got this in text now. She is literally letting these people send her up the goddamn river. She, she, I'm telling you, she better not be trying to present nothing from text now that these people is faking and frauding with. Just like I'm skeptical about that goddamn video that allegedly went and got stolen from the shop. And then she present a video that's 35 minutes behind. Talking about the ODM system, OEM, whatever the hell. What is it? OEM system that the video is on. And the child, listen. I didn't believe that damn hand they showed looking at Holly's social media. T-Lady says, yeah, my kids' dads don't bring me around the other baby mamas either, because they all know not to play around. Jess says, I would like to be a fly on the wall when the boys get grown and gets to confront their parents about this senseless bullshit. Right. Crazy, right? They ain't even thinking about none of that, though. That's the even more sad part about it. They done destroyed these kids' lives. Zakiya says, and also Kayla Scott, she needs to be put. You mean Kata Scott? She needs to be put back in the spotlight too. I haven't heard nothing in months. Spec says the judge ain't playing with Ari and her tactics. Yep. And ain't. Sonya said up the river without a paddle. Period. King David said, and who is to say that her checking her social media wasn't around the time Holly called about the bathrobe? She wanted to know who she was. Yep. Yep. But I'm just saying, like they trying to say that that's Meeks. If that is Meeks, that's the only thing y'all could show. That ain't harassing nobody. That ain't putting out I would never videos or talking about putting out videos of Holly talking about her and her kid. Like if y'all really saying that Meeks said this shit to y'all through text now, which y'all can't confirm, and that's so stupid. And y'all say she messaged through text now, but y'all can't confirm it's her through text now. But if she messaged straight about a baby through text now, y'all don't think she would have been said something out in the opening? When you mad, you mad. You don't have no filter. When it comes out, it fucking comes out. It never came out. Damn weirdos. Shannon says, shit, you don't need service to dial 911. She's stupid for telling the judge that. Tosh, hey, baby, they done for her. They might as well sit this one out. Go on, get on the bench, get on the sideline, sit it out, and just watch. Watch from the sideline. Watch how it play out. Because it's not good. It's not good at all. Melinda says, Kayla Scott, they had a hearing for her a couple of weeks ago. Nothing new going on, really. I think it's still in the discovery stages. They said he cut his dreads off. You mean Kata? Ain't her name Kata? Not Kayla? Jed says, this case is going to fuck Ari reputation. Fuck up Ari reputation. I don't think Ari knows they spinning her as well. Child, listen. She can't be. Yeah, Melinda, that's the name, Kata. She ain't dumb. She ain't dumb. She thinks she pulling the wool over the judge and prosecutor eyes, but she ain't. I'm telling you, that prosecutor is not playing, bro. He don't come in there with not a smile on his face, nothing. He's so serious and straight to the goddamn point. For real. Trina says words, whatever was text or said was bullshit because they ain't meet till that day. But Holly been creeping right under Romeca's nose. Mm-hmm. That part. How you go and take somebody? And that's what they got. They never. The first time you meet this woman, you take her out. You ain't even get a chance to let her pinch you. Nothing. You take her out, child. Spec says, Ari better click her heels twice and follow the yellow brick road. She better get up. I find a way to get up out of this. That's what she better do. That's what she better do. If it was me, I would. If it was me, I would. This is not going over well. It's not. Let's just wait. I cannot wait to the third. I promise you. I want to see what else is gonna be said. She better not come up in here with no fake ass goddamn text messages from Text Now. Or nothing. Everybody talk about these texts now. There is nothing to stand on. Well, since y'all saying it's stuff from Meeks through Text Now, why the hell Ari haven't got a private investigator, somebody who know how to extract these Text Now messages and go find who they belong to? Because you can find who used Text Now through their Gmail and everything. Who downloaded this Text Now app and was using it? Why haven't just do it? Spec says that's what I'm saying. She better ease on down the road. Child, I'm for real. It won't hold up in court. They not buying that crap. And ain't. Stop the Sacrifice says Romeca didn't play about being disrespected. That's all it shows. Exactly. And it's all towards Carlos, period. That's the difference. Listen, let me finish reading this before I lose my thought. Even how she handled the phone call, she stopped and questioned Carlos. Exactly. Point being, this right here. Y'all see the difference between Holly and Romeca. Romeca always confronted Carlos, always was in Carlos' face. But no, Holly is always directing it to Romeca. Romeca, not Carlos. Everything that they show, and I was saying that way back when I was doing my uploads, it was always her in his face. What the fuck wrong with that? That's her child's father. That's who she needs to confront. She didn't go confront Holly. But they say she know all this information about Holly. She knows her grandmother's phone number. She knows things about Holly. Holly gonna try to make it seem like at the goddamn TPO hearing that Romeca paying to look her up. Yeah, you think you that important? That this girl want to pay to look you up? Well, don't you think if she paid to look you up by now, she know where the fuck you live? And she could have been pulled up? Because trust me, I know how to look a bitch up quick. Let me find out your motherfucking name. Let me find out your real name. I'm looking you up. I'm going to find everything it is to find out about you. And I'm going to know your address. Nothing that they saying makes no sense. And they say Meeks, the way Meeks move, y'all think that she ain't going to. Come on now. You ain't that important for her to look you up. Spec says Ari is using tactics. She don't want the truth because it hurts her case. Let's talk about it. Right, Johnny, ease on down the road. That got me, I swear. Jill says all they have to do is screw up the phone. They can find out where the messages came from. That's what I'm saying. Erica says this is so similar to the case where she traveled to unalive a woman in Florida. Yeah, went up in there and killed that woman, and she pregnant, and she was just sentenced for hatred of another woman. Evil acts. Child, crazy. Like she really didn't convince herself she this important to Romeca for her to be paying to look her up. She literally told the judge that she paying to get her information. Why would she have to pay if she's so-called? Listen, nothing that they saying makes any sense. Melinda says Fatal Attraction, I Kill to Be You. The episode from Monday night was about two teen cousins in Brooklyn, and one stabbed the other girl over 50 times, and it was all over her body. What? I told y'all way back. I said they're gonna make a movie out of this. Watch. It's gonna be it's something gonna come out of this. Cause what? I'm telling you, the girl was fucking obsessed, and Carla was too, shaking my damn head. Talking about paying. No, what Meeks was doing was paying for trips. She was paying the parties for her son, parties for herself. Girl, you thought she had enough time on her hands to go search up somebody that she considers a bum and beneath her? No, ma'am. Sorry to crush your little heart, but you was not important to her at all. Y'all drop them pink hearts, them pink scrub shirts. Yes, we're about to get out of here. Justice for Meeks. Stop the sacrifice. Real Talk says my thoughts. Prosecutors are pretty quiet. They ready. And he is. And fucking is. D Love says Romeca wasn't concerned with neither of weren't. Exactly. Melinda says the prosecutor on the case said stabbing her in the head and face was designed to disfigure her because the murderer was jealous the victim was prettier. I thought about Holly dumbass. Yeah, what did I first tell y'all in my videos, in my uploads? What I said, she shot Meeks in the face because that shows a sign of jealousy and envy. She thought Meeks was better looking. She wanted to disfigure her face. First of all, because if she lived, guess what? Now you got a disfigurement to your face. Now you're going to consider her not as pretty no more. So you shot her in the fucking face. It's crazy. They're going to bring that up in court. Watch. You said 9 Hour Live. You fucking kidding me? Shannon, don't do that. Yes, justice with me, y'all. All up and through here. Let's get out of here. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. We out of here. This is what they don't like when we just sit up and we talk about Meeks. We bring awareness just by speaking on the situation. And we're going to continue to do that. Who said we can't? Bye.
Yeah. Fast with the facts, we don't play no games. Report on what's real, we ain't chasing fame. Call Peace TV, stay locked, stay tuned. If you want the real talk, we deliver it soon. Call Peace TV, we bringing the news. Facts stay sharp, yeah, we never confused. From the streets to the world, get the real, no cap. Breaking headlines, put the truth on the map. Yeah. Fast with the facts, we don't play no games. Reporting what's real, we ain't chasing fame. Call Peace TV, stay locked, stay tuned. If you want the real talk, we deliver it soon.
T. Smith, yes. Yep. I agree.
Yeah. Fast with the facts, we don't play no games. Reporting what's real, we ain't chasing fame. Call Peace TV, stay locked, stay tuned. If you want the real talk, we deliver it soon. Call Peace TV, we bringing the news.